go! Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be predicting the World Cup qualifiers in Asia, match day 7 to 8 for the third round. Going into this, we are left on some huge cliffhanger storylines here. From Indonesia just appointing Kluivert, even though Shin Tae-yong was doing really well in this campaign, to Uzbekistan Slovenian manager Qatar stepping down himself, them or Iran has the chance to secure an automatic qualification spot. There's many more we'll go through, but yeah, I'll be doing my best to give you all my predictions for the matches coming up in March. So if you are enjoying these type of videos, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to let me know you want me to continue this series. Let's start off with Australia versus Indonesia. Like I said in the intro, new management for Indonesia, but look at the overall standings for this group. 3 to 6th place, each sharing the same amount of points. Second place Australia is only 1 point ahead of all of them, while Japan has shown absolute dominance with 16. Indonesia's situation is obviously a bit nervy with them appointing a new manager and immediately having to travel away to one of the tougher teams on paper in their group. But Australia are not really showing many convincing signs themselves and are clearly lacking some confidence. A huge loss for them as Harry Sutar will be missing this international break, one of their key defenders. 4 draws and only 1 win so far in this round of World Cup qualification. It's obvious that Australia is not the most massive threat like they were not that long ago. Under Popovic, they haven't been doing terribly, but it does need to improve from here. While Indonesia, although being a mystery team throughout this qualification process, they still have some confidence when it comes to their build over the recent years. Appointing so many new starters in the team, coming in so clutch at moments. Australia still seem like the favorites on paper, but clearly it's more of a toss-up than it's meant to be. It could go either way, but I am going to favor for a draw. I think Kluivert has what it takes to sneak in 1 point in his very first match in charge. Moving on to Japan versus Bahrain. This should be more of a clear-cut match, I'd say. Because like I already mentioned, Japan are absolutely cruising through this group. No losses yet, and they already traveled to Bahrain to annihilate them 5-0 in this campaign. It's going to happen again, I reckon. But I'll go for 4-0 this time. Who knows? Bahrain have sometimes surprised in this campaign, but I just cannot see them getting past the mighty Japan. South Korea versus Oman next. Clear favorite on paper, but Oman do have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with the group giants. Still, although some slips, South Korea are undefeated right now with just 2 draws. I just can't see Oman getting the win here. Maybe they'll get a goal, but South Korea will still win this match 3-1. Iran versus the UAE next. Like I said, this is Iran's perfect opportunity to qualify for the World Cup in this international break. If they beat the UAE and at least get a draw against Uzbekistan in the next match day, which we will go over, they will secure their tickets to North America. And we know how massive of an achievement that would be to become one of the first countries to secure a place at the world's biggest stage. However, the UAE have a lot to play for as well. They need to close that gap and compete with that top 2. So this break they are in must-win situations. The UAE have some solid attacking options that can thrive under Bento, so Iran definitely need to sharpen up their defense. Their attack should be good though, as Mon has been in hot form in these qualifiers, and Taremi has had some decent performances too. His club form has not been ideal though, but he came out saying he's been undergoing a lot of pain throughout the season. Anything's possible in a fixture like this, but with Iran having what it takes to seal the deal, I think that they will get a 2-1 victory over the UAE at home. Narrow but doable victory for Team Melli. Uzbekistan versus Kyrgyzstan, obviously in that same group we're talking about. And Uzbekistan could make history here to qualify for their first ever World Cup. Lots of incredible players in this squad right now, Hushanov being the best example, just signing from Manchester City, to their goal scorer Shamuradov, along with Faizuleyev, who proved himself many times for the national team. I am a bit worried how they'll perform without Katanuts. Maybe they will have a totally different playstyle under Kapatse. But I think the positive energy in the national team will continue, and they'll surely strive for a win here. Kyrgyzstan are definitely the underdog as they only have 1 win so far. But they imposed a threat against Uzbekistan last time, scoring 2 against them. Their striker Kojo already has 8 goal contributions this qualifier campaign, and even scored 2 against Iran last time. They are an exciting team that can throw opponents off, but I reckon Uzbekistan will still get the win here with the 3-1 scoreline at home. Jordan versus Palestine now. Jordan really need a strong March window if they want any chance to secure a top 2 spot. They're so close but so far. Iraq will be hard to top unless they slip themselves. However, Palestine are getting a new manager this break, Abu Jazar. Previously before, they did show a lot of positive displays, but still slipped defensively. So we'll see if he can sort out their issues. They're still searching for their first win, but it will be tough to defeat Jordan when they've only lost once. At the same time though, Jordan have been drawing way too many matches that they should be getting 3 points in. Both times they faced Kuwait, it finished in a draw. But against Palestine, they've already defeated them away, And when you've got some great attacking options like Altamari, I think Palestine's defense can get broken here with another 3-1 scoreline just like before. Saudi Arabia versus China now. Overall, this group is an absolute mess when you look at that point tally, apart from Japan. Like I said, 3rd to 6th all have the same amount of points, so this break is decisive. It's so crazy as China is in last place but have more wins than 2nd place Australia. But Saudi Arabia have really lost their stature in this World Cup qualification campaign. King Abdullah used to be a fortress, and now the last World Cup qualifier match they won there was against Tajikistan exactly a year ago. Their only win this round came against China when they were playing away. Even Renard has not been able to get a win at home so far in World Cup qualifiers since replacing Mancini. Their last match, Indonesia defeated them 2-0. They're just not to be trusted these days, but maybe they can turn things around. But China went into this campaign with almost no one believing in them. They absolutely fumbled in the Asian Cup, and in the first match day of World Cup qualifiers in this 3rd round, they got annihilated by Japan 7-0. But now they become a strong competitor to cause some damage. Branko Ivankovic handling the pressure very well, and I think he could genuinely push for a draw here. They were able to beat the other underdogs in this group, only suffering to the better teams on paper like Australia and Saudi Arabia thus far. I think anything's possible here. Saudi Arabia are obviously, like I said, not to be trusted, but I think Renard will handle the pressure well to perform here. It's a must-win game, and I think he'll just do it with a 2-1 victory. Circling back to Group B now with Iraq versus Kuwait. Like I mentioned earlier, Kuwait did make Jordan struggle, but they also already drew with Iraq as well. No wins yet, but they still have been making some teams struggle. Only Oman and South Korea have been able to penetrate their defense properly.
What?
Iraq have been playing a bit too safe as of late. Will that come to haunt them, or will Jesus Casas get the praise? So many of their matches finished either 1-0 or 0-0. The only exception was losing to South Korea 3-2. So it's all up to if their goal-scoring machine Ayman Hussein gets on the score sheet. 0-0 or 1-0, what's my pick? I do think Iraq have what it takes to get a 1-0 victory. And the final match in this match day to predict, but we still have another set of matches to go over. Qatar versus North Korea. Qatar bringing in a new manager as they had an abysmal defensive display prior. Now they have Luis Garcia from Spain. Attack was already no problem, of course. Akrama Fifa is one of Asia's best players right now, along with Almoez Ali. So I think they can have a sharp victory here, maybe one slip or so. So I'm going for a 3-1 scoreline for Qatar. Now who knows, last time they played it finished 2-2 while North Korea had a red card for most of the match. But I think Qatar can bounce back with their new manager at the helm. Japan versus Saudi Arabia to kick off the next match day. I will be more brief on this match day in particular, as I already did somewhat of a brief summary on all the teams already. I think they'll get a 3-1 win at home over Saudi Arabia, even if they already have secured qualification. They'll continue to show dominance. I mean, they're literally the only promising team in that group right now. South Korea versus Jordan, a clear favorite, but let's not forget that Jordan dismantled South Korea back in the Asian Cup semifinals. But South Korea did seek their revenge in the World Cup qualifiers last time they faced. South Korea are on edge to secure their World Cup tickets. I'm tempted to go for a draw here. It is possible, but I am going to say South Korea get a 2-1 victory. China versus Australia is a headache to call. I did not trust Australia really in my last prediction, but their only win so far in World Cup qualifiers for this round came against China. They have what it takes to push them down in the table, especially if Saudi Arabia do handle them in the previous match day. I'll go for the Socceroos even if they're away, but just with the 1-0 scoreline. Indonesia versus Bahrain now. Maybe I'm too wishful for Kluivert's first match in charge against the Socceroos. But either way, even if I'm wrong on Australia, absolutely blow them out. I do think Indonesia can get revenge against Bahrain and win this match. The last time these two countries faced, Bahrain controversially scored a goal way past the added stoppage time mark. It finished 2-2, but it felt like a defeat for Indonesia given the circumstances. Bahrain can be a tough team to break down, but I'm saying Indonesia do get a 2-1 victory. Kyrgyzstan versus Qatar next. Kyrgyzstan are really good at home, so this will not be easy for Qatar. My prediction can definitely change depending on how their new manager does in their first match. But overall, it still should be a comfortable window for them based on their opponents on paper. That being said, I do think Kyrgyzstan can sneak through with a draw here. I'm going to go for a 2-2 scoreline. Iran versus Uzbekistan will be dirty though. Huge match for both teams and have been going neck and neck in so many occurrences. Always climbing the top together in many different group settings. Both sides definitely showing their strengths and weaknesses. How will the new Uzbek manager perform? Can Iran seal the deal? If they beat the UAE, all they need is a draw, and I think that's what it will come down to. This match will finish with a 1-1 scoreline. Palestine versus Iraq. If Iraq do get halted on that previous match day, this will obviously be a crucial fixture. Palestine do pull off some entertaining displays, but I think Iraq will pull off the 2-1 victory here. Kuwait versus Oman. I just don't know what to make of Kuwait here. They throw me off every single break. But Oman annihilated them last time. I don't think it's going to finish 4-0 like last time though. I'll go for a 2-0 scoreline. And the final match we are looking at is North Korea versus the UAE. If the UAE lose this one, that is far too much of a slip. I think they can win with some kind of crazy scoreline. 4-2 is my prediction. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are all of my predictions for match day 7 and 8 going into the third round of the Asian World Cup qualifiers. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. I know I kind of jumped on these matchday predictions for Asia a bit late, but I wanted to see if you guys are enjoying it, and if you are, I will continue to produce these kind of videos and make it more of a series. Anyway, I will see you all very, very soon. Best of luck to your nation. Take care. Laku noć.